everyone. It's just a chat with BUNMI ALABI. Yes, it's still New Month Week, as in happy independence to you all that are just watching us for the first time. And I want to ask that how are you doing? And I want to just wish you well because it's a month of freedom. Like how old is Nigeria? Like 60. How old is Nigeria now? 60, 65. But notwithstanding, all the same, it's not about how old someone is, it's about the achievement. What have you been able to achieve for that long years, But all the same, how are you doing? Your own mental health is paramount to me, and it's what is more important to us. So I have my guest here, but before I introduce him, I have my amazing co-host here. So please join me as I welcome MOG.
Good morning, everyone.
MOGGG.
Again.
Again. How you doing?
I'm fine.
How's work?
Fine, thank God.
All right. Yeah, let's just go straight to the deal of the day. I have my amazing guest here. Please join me as I welcome Bukola Shinyonbola, as you want me to address him. Please let me celebrate our guest.
Good morning, sir.
Popularly known as Cyborg. I wanted to be mentioning the names of some other things he has been doing. He's a pastor, he's a producer, he's a marketer.
Exactly.
He's a husband.
Of course.
And he's a daddy. Mr. Bukola, you're welcome.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, let's meet you officially, at least for our guests, fans.
Okay. Thank you, as Bimi said. My name is Bukola Shinyonbola. I manage Cyber Communication, a gospel marketing company. We've been able to produce a lot of Christian and market Christian artists for decades now. And I'm also, by the special grace of God, one of the pastors in the Redeemed Christian Church of God. Of course, as Bumi said, I'm happily married with 2 children. Thank you so much. I think that should be okay for now.
Maybe for now. Yeah, mention that. Can we just know maybe clips of some artists to... Okay.
Yes, we do. Alashiori, Yadinka Alashiori,
Okay, wow.
National Praise Team of the Redeemed Christian Church of God, BJ Sachs,
Wow.
Laulu Benjo.
Wow.
What others? Well, there are many.
Just selected
K Wonders.
the key
And,
artists.
Taiwo.
Wow.
We can just be mentioning.
Is it these people that sang these guys now?
Anyon Jesu. Okay, Anyon Jesu. They are there too. Baba Yewa is there. Pastor J. Adelakun, a legend.
Wow.
And some other upcoming artists that, when their names are...
Upcoming artists like us. We used to market TIV. You don't want us to blow like
didn't
that.
pay.
Okay, I will tell my boss later. All right, good to have you on set.
So much.
Glad to have you here. And based on what Just a Chat is about, it's just a chat. Just relax yourself. You're not going to put tension on you, because I know you've been watching our programs before now, and you'll be like, that program.
I'm used to it now.
Of course, now I know now.
Highly entertaining, so it's not something.
Thank you.
It's not as if I'm writing exam here, so I'm fine.
All right, so Mr. Buki, why I just brought you here? So a couple of days, we were having a discussion, and you mentioned some things which really struck me, and I was like, wow, you need to really talk more about this. Let me just give you a hint into what happened that day. He came to buy bread, and he just bought just one bread, and I was like, as a
it's only one that was available on that day.
Wait, now you don't want me to cast you. So I will know the origin of this whole thing.
Because when people that have, myself, my wife, and 2 children, and bought single bread. So don't let it happen that Nigeria has happened to me.
Actually, I don't see. Why not buy 2 bread now? I said, I know this one bread though. I want to enjoy it myself by myself. And I was like seriously, and it was like, and am I the only one that I just pay school fees? I need to take care of myself. And he was saying some things that it sounded funny that day, but I realized that this is reality. That a lot of men, let me say men in quote or breadwinners, they really forget about these, like caring for the family, caring for the children, caring for the wife, being the caregiver, but forgetting themselves.
Yeah.
Provider differs, there are different things people provide. Like some women could be breadwinner too. At the same time, women are seen as nurturer, take care of the family, and maybe not providing financially. But there are some that all the bills of the family, financial bills, are solely on them.
Yeah.
And in a bid to satisfy the family, the home, they forget to take care of themselves.
Sure.
Which Mr. Buki now said, on this note, I must take care of myself. So what you just talk about self-care for men
Exactly.
generally. So what really prompted you to make that decision that day that you want to take care of yourself?
Well, for me, it's a personal responsibility. That's the first thing that we have to look at it critically. If you look at the rate at which men are dying in the recent time, not because of sickness, but what I call stress, unnecessary stress. Like they used to say something in our local parlance that something like that, that whatsoever my hands cannot reach, I will use a long stick to draw it. So when you look at it critically, you discover that men, we are always focused on want to achieve a lot of things, we want to pay a lot of bills to the detriment of our personal care, and that is too dangerous. If any man wants to live long in life, you have to ensure that you strike a balance between your life and the life of your loved ones. In fact, as a matter of fact, you need to keep yourself balanced in order for your people to enjoy you. Because if you die at the mid-age of your life, that means those guys, they're going to suffer. So what prompted me that day is that, you were talking about the bread. I look at it over the time. What I do is that these children, my wife, this one, my friends, and at times someone asked me one time, I was wearing a particular shirt, and he said, this shirt is a bit fade. And I was asking myself, Bumi, that does that mean that I don't even have money to buy shirts? But oftentimes I was carried away with, I want to fulfill this, I want to ensure that this one, that day, that statement, that question that guy put up to me really sent a kind of a signal that I need to see, boy, you need to sit down and take care of yourself. I went to boutique, check some shirts, and at the end of the day, one thing I realized that even after I've taken care of myself, that does not even affect the home front. Every other thing that is just like I have to make sure that my budget are well actualized. I apply this one, I apply that one, and of course not to the detriment of myself. So that has not ended. When I discovered I wore a very good shirt on that day, and my wife she traveled. So I'm not a very good person when it comes to kitchen stuff. I don't like cooking. I said, where is the next place for me to enjoy? So I got to that place at Ikeja. I said, where is the best canteen in this area? They were mentioning. I went to a particular place. When I saw what they were selling, I said, no, this is not the right place. So when I don't want to announce the place now so that it will not be as if I'm giving a publicity that they are not paid for. So I got to this place. They sell the plate is getting close to around 10,000. And okay, let me see what they're going to sell for me. So Orishi was there. A lot of things were there, and I said, just give me some. I got some fish. I got some protein, and I just sat down. And when I ate, I felt that I was eating something. Not that I've not been taken care by my wife, but at the same point in time, there are times that maybe the wife is even busy. That day she was busy, and I will not be waiting till night before I take care of myself. So when I got to that place and I had a very good meal on that day, honestly, I felt okay. And I called my wife that, baby, I'm somewhere, I'm hitting this, I'm chilling this, I'm enjoying myself. He said, I beg, I'll just wait for me, I'll come and meet you. I said, you should. Madam, you are very busy at where you are. Just take care of yourself at that place. So from that moment, honestly, when I developed that mentality, that mentality, I discovered that the rate at which I get sick unnecessarily has drastically reduced.
Wow.
Honestly speaking. So someone was telling me the other time that don't eat your food in medication. That is to say, what you by the time you need to eat, don't let it be that it is drug or medication that is going to be, you are going to be spending money on. You discover that when you eat rightly, when you eat at the right time, when you eat at least good meal, there's every tendency that it take care of certain possible sickness that want to come out of your life. So that is, and up till now, I tell you for free, it's not as if I'm a very disciplined person, but when I discover that there's need for me to take care of myself in that regard, I go off of the house, especially most of the time when she's busy. I go to the very good place and I take care of myself. And it has been so amazing. It has been so enjoyable. It has been so, good for me. And I can see the reflection in my health.
So before we go on, I think you really focus on the food aspect now. So it's like you are of the school of thought that, okay, there are some men that they'll be like, I don't eat outside. I have to eat my wife's meal. I don't like to be going to Buka and the like. So what can you say about that? So is your wife okay with that, with you going outside to spend money? Won't she say, why not bring that 10,000? Let us buy good food for everybody to eat at home?
Not in this kind of environment, especially Lagos. Let's be sincere with ourselves.
Okay.
If, for example, your wife is also engaged, she has something she does every day. Like my wife, she's into fashion designing. At times she wants to make some targets. She leaves home as early as possible. I don't expect her for me to be demanding lunch. I'm a businessman. At times I stay at home. I may decide not to go to work or work at home remotely. So because of that, I also have opportunity of going for various programs that in the process, I did not even take my breakfast. So for me to be able to, have the best of that day, then I have to go to somewhere that is so good and take care of myself. And just like you said, it's not only about food alone. Apart from the issue of, apart from the issue of food, I mix up with good friends. I go to programs. I go to concerts. At times, when I discover that I'm alone in the house, that I don't have much to do, I can call a friend that, okay, what are you doing today?
Okay, we'll be going on a short commercial break. We'll be right back soon.
I'm tired. It's really not easy to be a single mother. It's so overwhelming. Trying to take care of my baby, trying to get myself to work, and it's really exhausting. I'm so tired.
I'm over 38 years, and I'm yet to find someone to call my own. I'm losing interest in this marriage of a thing. Maybe I should just face my career. Because this marriage thing is not for me. It isn't. I have so many unanswered questions. I'm tired.
Does your story sound like any of those children? Then you don't need to feel alone. There's a community where you can get support, strength, and love. How about I invite you to Unbroken 2024, tagged Rest, a program designed for single mothers and matured single ladies to rediscover yourself, find purpose, and connect with others in the same journey.
Unbroken 5.0 is here again, and it promises to be a life-changing event you can't afford to miss. Yes, we have special lineup of ministers alongside myself, such as Minister Dieko, Minister Savos, Minister Tinuade, and also a medical practitioner that will be joining the panel session. Also, guess what? We have lots of amazing gifts to be won, such as cash prize. We have free spa, free massage, pedicure and manicure, clothing, shoes, bags, and lots of things to be won. And this is just for the first 10 people that arrive at the venue. To register for this event, please check the number below. My name is BUNMI ALABI, and I can't wait to receive you on the 19th of October 2024 at 599 U-Turn Bus Stop, Lagos Abeokuta Expressway. See you there. Bye. Welcome back. All right, so Mr. Bukola.
Thank you.
Wow, you said a lot of things that made me feel like, can I really take this as a woman? And are there other women who are really comfortable with this, with your husband eating outside? Maybe because me, I love cooking, so I might not really.
Your area.
You understand? But there will be some women that will be like, no, my husband must eat my food. He must. And there are even some men that will be like, oh, I can't eat any other person's food except my wife's food. And there are times that maybe the wife will not do what they like, and they will go hungry. They would rather go hungry than eating the wife's food. You understand? So has there been time that your wife never liked that?
Definitely no. It's all about trust.
Okay.
You know, when there's trust deficits, there will be challenges in that regard. But she also understands that because of the nature of our work, that's one. And of course, most importantly, because of the trust that even if this man is not even in the country, she has developed that level of trust that she knows that she's not going to go beyond this boundary. You understand what I'm talking about? So based on that, and she wants to ensure that I'm also alive for her, to take care of her. So because if there are challenges in that regard, that the time I'm supposed to take care of myself, I'm not doing that. That's tactically reducing, you know, by the special grace of God, the level of one's productivity, possibly the year that you're going to spend on here, on health. Most of the time, people, you always spiritualize when someone dies at the age of 50, is God's way, is this thing like that? No. You may not understand that it's as a result of all, you know, the bagwagons, all the times you have not been able to, you know, take care of yourself, that has accumulated, that has led to those stress that's been accumulated, that has led to that kind of challenge that person. And I want to pray that, you know, we will not be experiencing that with the sense of wisdom if we properly engage on that. So for your question, my wife, because of the trust in the relationship, she has never doubted, even if I'm going out like that maybe my guy is going out to do something unthinkable, I don't think she has a problem with that.
Okay, I have 2 questions. Yes, I'm listening to.
Trust is a question I will be able to answer.
I have 2 questions.
Okay.
One is this, you know, you'll be talking about self-care.
Yeah.
And all what you've been saying is that you go out with your friends, or you go out alone and all that. Does it mean that even when you want to have self-care, you can carry your family along?
Or maybe stay at home and
just have
enjoy.
that? Yes, just enjoy yourself with your family and all that. Is that one not self-care too?
It is, but for me, it is in 2 phases. One, there are times when you are alone, you are more productive.
Without your family?
Without your family, you guide against what I call distraction. I'm not saying my family will distract me, but there are times for you to be able to assess certain inspiration. Because when I talk about relaxation is not meant for enjoyment alone. You also use it as an opportunity to improve on yourself, on your delivery, on your productivity as a businessman. At times when you are relaxing like that, it is that time that an idea flows to your mind and you try as much as possible to execute it. So you cannot do that in the mix of certain people around you. And of course, there are occasions where it's going to be the family affairs, the children are with you, your wife is with you, everybody is there. But at most of the time, I ensure that I do this alone, just to make sure that I have 2 opportunities to myself. One, to be able to be inspired, and of course to be able to, you know, take care of myself appropriately. Not that when my family are with me, I will not be able to do that. But trust me, what I'm saying in this regard is that for you to be able to think right, you may not want people around you, people to be around you at that moment, so that there will be, you know, enough concentration on what what you want to do. So that is just the best way I think I can answer that, that question that you just asked. So not that I want to disregard my family, that they should not come, but once in a while, they join me in some of these relaxation moments.
Okay. The second question is this. How can you differentiate between bills and your personal expenses?
Yeah, so I don't go beyond limits.
Or one will affect the other.
Well, this is a time whereby it's not about me, it's everybody. Everybody is now wise. I don't think people are getting foolish any longer because of the economic situation. So what I can say about that is all about planning, effective planning. Because you know your level, you know what you earn per time. You as a businessman, you know the income that flows into your account. You know what the capacity of what you can do. For example, my 2 children, when they were about to get to secondary, to I think SS class, some school were suggested to me at Lekki, and I asked for the bills that they pay in that particular place, vis-a-vis my own personal expenses. And I said to myself, Buki, hope you are very, very okay. Because at the end of the day, if I have to pay bills and I'll be trusting God to pay that bills, I think common sense will tell you that any bill you want to pay for your children, your income should be able to take care of it part-time without any stress that is coming to you. You don't have to be knocking the next door all the time. You have to be on debt to pay a particular bill. So I told my wife, come, let us look for a qualities and affordable institution that these children will be, and will not also compromise the level of education and the standard of that school. You know, most of these schools at times, most of these things, it's just like you want to buy a car. Car, to the best of my knowledge, is just a means of mobility. So it is when you are increased in your level of income, you'll be talking about, okay, I want to go for 50 million car, 100 million car. But I came to this place today, at least something brought me.
Sure.
So if the level changes, I can now decide, okay, I don't want to use that one again. I want to use that. But with the question you actually asked, my dear sister, taking care of myself, I ensure that I strike a balance between what I earn by the special grace of God. Definitely, we have a family budget, what my wife used to take care of, what I take care of. And of course, by the time I fulfill the responsibility that is accrued to me based on that budget, the rest, of course, I will use it to take care of myself as the pioneer, of the person that is making things to happen in the family. So that's the way
Thank you, Mr. Buki. you know, the motive of this is not just to just make you talk, but to encourage other men, because there are a lot of men, you know, normally I think maybe it's men generally, they don't like buying clothes for themselves. Abi, haven't you observed that? Men don't. No, there are some men, they don't. No, there are some men.
But
Men
yes,
there are some men that like, if not. Yeah, if not that his attention was called to it, that this clothes was not okay, like that. You understand? So maybe they are carefree. They don't pay attention
who is looking
to how
at me?
And they're really overwhelmed with the responsibility of the family.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You understand? So because I wanted to even ask the question that how do you help people? Because there are people that they find it so difficult to detach themselves from family expenses. I don't know if you understand. As in, if they want to do something, before they do one thing for themselves, this thing, what if I drop it for the family? And they find it so difficult. Sometimes you want to have your self-care, your self-enjoyment and all that. But as you are just trying to
But babe, don't you think, could there be something behind the scene? Maybe the wife is putting pressure. Maybe, there's some men like, because I wanted to ask the question.
Caring,
over caring. That's what he's saying, that men should wise up.
Exactly.
That's what he's saying. Wise up. We are not saying you should not care for your family, but at least take care of yourself. It's important. But I want to talk about some situation where maybe the man is doing everything. Like what he's saying now, he's doing everything for the wife, doing everything for the family.
Okay.
But maybe just one time that he just wants to take care of himself. It's maybe you just say, no, I don't want to do this. I want to take care of myself, and the wife just flare up. How do you think so? Do you think such man would now want to think of taking care of himself after that time? So how do you think such men can?
But the fox thing is that in this time of this economy, it's not even advisable that the family should depend on one source of income. I'm telling you, it doesn't make sense. In fact, naturally, it makes a woman to be redundant and to be very, very unproductive. When you talk, if the budget is about 100% to be precise, you can look at it, okay, the man maybe takes care of maybe 85 to 90%, and the woman, that shows the level of commitment to the progress of that particular family. Just to answer that question like from myself in my family, for example, my wife asks what she does in her own little way, which has been able to relieve me of certain responsibility. As far as little as those responsibilities may claim to be, I don't think about them any longer. Because by His grace, she's been empowering in that regard, and it will now relieve me of such responsibility. So the advice these days is that one should, even God is the only one that is called the Alpha and Omega. Are you getting me? A natural man is not related to, is not called an Alpha and Omega. Of the family. So if God is the only one that is the beginning and the ending, then what are we talking about? If you now want to take that responsibility as a man, you kill yourself untimely. You kill yourself untimely. So that is just, that is just the best way I think the family people can handle that. And for me, that is a template in my family, and that's why there has been it's been a peaceful moment. It's been an environment of love. It's been an environment of understanding. The children are happy. The wife is happy, and I'm also happy. You understand? Because everybody knows his or her own responsibility. And then once everybody is performing that, I don't think there's going to be any issue. So,
sir, that is because you married your woman. But there are some women that, I really, maybe we women should, maybe we can address her gender on that, because honestly, it's very, very important. There are some women that will choose not to work. You understand? And they will put all the pressure on the man to do. You
okay.
Understand? You understand? And the man doesn't have option than to provide. And the women say, the one that you say your wife agreed to, or maybe not to take the children to that school. There will be some women that they will say, no, this is the standard of, and they will mount the pressure on the man. And I heard the story of one man that ran away from the home because of responsibility. We've seen a lot of cases like that, where the man will run away from home because of responsibility.
And some men are not responsible. They are running away from their responsibility.
That one is another. That one is
just
case.
To confirm what you said, I handled a particular case in the recent time. The man came to me. No, it was the wife, and the man, he said, according to her, the man nearly committed suicide. What happened? There was argument in the house concerning bills, and the statement that came out from the woman is that, and you call yourself a man. Before man and God, the man took his car, went to the Top Mainland Bridge. He wanted to get involved in the act of suicide. Thank God for the grace and the people around him that surrounded him, that rescued him on that day. So when he was taken, definitely he was arrested. He was taken to police station, and the wife was invited. Various questions were asked by the counseling department at the police station, because for you to commit suicide, you are going to be charged to court, because the government has been able to come in and rescue the guy. So when they were digging deep into the incident that led to that decision, they discovered that it was the provocation and the low esteem
from the wife
to the husband that led to that decision that was about to be taken. So I think it makes a whole lot of senses when you will have a kind of understanding. Scripture says, can two people work together except they agree? So when there's an agreement, this is a sincere moment that everybody has to borrow himself some level of senses that, okay, this is what is applicable. This is what is applicable. How do we go about this? So it's just like an issue of understanding. So every woman and every man, we must come together to do what? To understand each other. Some people that they have 3 cars today, they park those cars in the house now, and they are trying to maintain a particular level so that their own front will not suffer. Will I put fuel inside the car and the children in the house are hungry? I'm feeding the vehicle and we are going hungry. It doesn't make sense. So that's why there is need to strike a balance between all these bills and expenses. And for women up there, I think we need to understand with our men, understand what they are doing, and let them be well appreciated. Let us understand when there's time that when they have the capacity of giving, we should appreciate it. And when there are issues, when there are times whereby it's not as expected, it's not sufficient, let's understand there is always alternative to anything in life. I'm telling you for free.
Yes, it's true.
If I want to travel to Abuja now, I can go by here and I can go by road.
Yes.
It's a matter of choice. It's only if not because of insecurity in the recent time in Nigeria that has made a lot of people to be forceful to engaging here. Over the time, many of us are growing up as students. When you enter the night bus, before you realize it, Abuja, you have come in the morning. So, but I just pray God help us in Jesus' name.
Before we wrap up, this self-question for him, I just wanted to talk about other self-care that men can actually do to improve their mental health.
Yes, other one is that apart from that one, you can also
mention about eating good food.
You can go for vacation.
Yes, vacation.
One of the things. No, it can be a family, you know. It
Okay.
can be for, you know, of course. Don't look at me as if I'm
Vacation, except work. Work is just, I'm not there to give visa for two.
you can go on vacation, you can go. You see, one of the things that I've also come to realize in the recent time is that you go to parties, mix with people. A woman came to our church some times ago. She's a pharmacist. She was talking about she was talking about the rate at which pastors are dying right now. He said pastors has been living a kind of a straightforward life in the sense that church and the house. So parties they don't attend. Even most of us as pastors, by the time we conduct a wedding program in the church, okay, pastor, you are expected at the reception. They will look at that reception as a place that is so very, very unspiritual. Of last Saturday, I attended one of my friend's wedding. The daughter got wedded on Saturday. And I wore my suit because I was one of the officiating minister for the wedding. And my other, cloth was inside the car. Immediately I changed and I went straight to the wedding. And right from there, from 1 to 5 p.m., we were there with my wife, the children at home. I enjoyed myself. Gotten home at night, I was so relaxed, refreshed, and I felt the joy that, okay, there is something that I've been able to get on that day that makes me disconnected from the stress, the whatsoever, the stress of this. I'm telling you. So let men also understand that once in a while, relate with people when people are celebrating their birthday, their wedding anniversary, and the parties of this world. Get there and go for social function and get relaxed and take what is.
I suggest we even need a Christian club. Should I call it club? Like a place whereby
We don't need
club.
Club is club, man.
Okay, maybe I don't
Wait, club is
a Christian setting.
See, let me tell you what do you mean by Christian club?
That place, I don't share. Okay, I retrieve my word.
Yes.
Like you're talking about pastor. You are a pastor
Of
now.
course.
But you like social.
Don't let me sound unspiritual. Okay, you are invited to a place where I sat on Saturday. A guy was drinking, I think, alcohol. Beside me. I didn't look at his face. He's enjoying himself.
Okay, Coca-Cola.
I took much anyway. I don't do alcohol. I'm not condemning him. That is what he knows to do. That is what he enjoys. When we get to church, definitely I can preach against that, but not at that moment. You understand?
That is way of realization.
And not because someone is drinking that. I said, when I get to that, they will be drinking, trophy of this world. Don't let me be marketing for someone now.
Yes.
You understand? But it is my personality that determines what is happening at that particular moment. So I got there. I took what I needed to eat. I enjoyed my drink, and he was enjoying himself as well. So the mentality, because you are talking about a Christian club, when you mention a Christian club, even in the spiritual aspect of it, how do you even bring some people that they are having some deficiency character-wise into the fold of Christ? I don't want to be preaching here because that is not that for that purpose. We are just trying to talk about a particular topic here. But the truth of the matter is that club is a club. It depends on your involvement in that particular place that determine what happens there. If you compromise, nobody is talking to you now, don't to compromise at this moment.
Okay, for that matter, male pastors go to relaxation center.
I beg go.
And relax. Men
beg.
generally go to, and most importantly, some weeks ago we talked about health. As in, please, how often do you check your vitals as a man?
Well, I have once in a while, I have my doctor that, he monitors that. You just call me that. I don't remember the last time I would, but he keeps the record. Okay. He will just call me that.
So
son of man, please come and do something. Come and check your vitals, and I go periodically as.
It's very important. Yes, son of man, watching me too. Please do your checkup, do your vital. Dr. Babalola has talked about it that both male and female, but male, because the rate at which men are passing on to glory.
It's not only man.
We know that, but
even
men
women.
more.
We have women too.
So
Yeah.
it's
Men,
important.
women,
So
I'm telling you.
take care of yourself, your mental health. Life will still continue after your demise, life continues, but please take care of yourself. As Mr. Buki has said, eat good food, eat balanced diet. Don't eat indomie and garri alone.
Not good food though.
I
Good
know,
food.
I'm emphasizing on that
Good
good food
food.
and wear good
And you
clothes.
right.
And
I appear very good. I mean, very neat.
Okay.
so that your women will be proud of you when they see you outside.
You even be proud of yourself.
Of
It's
yourself.
true. You have that confidence will
Confidence
be
will
there.
be there. Wow, thank you very much, Mr. Buki, for coming. I really appreciate you so much. And for people that have watched us, I believe you've learned something great today, especially the men watching us. Please make good use of all this thing. Take care of yourself. Self-care is not being selfish. It is important. So, emoji, a word for Uncle T.
Let's
Uncle Tayo is watching. Yeah.
I want to talk to my gender now.
To your gender,
Yes, let's
okay,
allow the
briefly.
men to also enjoy themselves.
We are not holding them.
No, we
But
we
they know
have
their way.
sometimes,
But
yeah.
they know their way. Do you know they know their way, Sha?
No, most of
Like
them they
my
get
husband
carried away.
knows
They
his
get
way.
carried
They know
away
their way.
with
They know how to
bills.
enjoy themselves. Leave them. But we're just.
Who is your husband?
No, we should not leave
Who is
them.
my husband? I know now. He knows how to take it. He's very. I could say so. I could say that he could be selfish, and he say, selfish is okay. So please,
But
sometimes be
I won't
selfish.
take that as selfishness. I
It's
won't take
taking care of
that
yourself.
because
So
he's
it's
taking care of
not a
himself,
crime,
and
yes.
he's also taking care of his responsibility. So I don't
So
take
it's
that as
balancing. You know, you talk
that
about
is it.
balancing.
Balance.
Take care of
Like a
yourself,
balance on.
take care of your family.
Exactly.
Very important. On this note, this is where we're going to wrap it up on Just a Chat with BUNMI ALABI. I believe you've learned a lot today. And if you have not subscribed, please subscribe to this channel. Like this video, comment, and still also talk about how you take care of yourself as a man. Yes, till we come your way again next week for another interesting topic. You could say that's part of taking care of yourself. It's not a topic for today. If you want Mr. Buki to talk about that, he's a trustworthy man.
Trustworthy man. Thank you.
Next week. Bye.